Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there's no need to fear. Friendly neighborhood light skin is here. And in today's video, we are reacting to she found out her daughter was a 304 and lost it? Where my sound effect at, chat? Where my dude? What's up? Going on, brother? Damn, I guess no sound effects, whatever this video. But anyways, yeah, like I said, video is showing her that was 304 and lost it. You know, when I hear this, brings back the age of the question. Thought daughter, gay son. Personally, even with my daughter being I think I would still rather have a thought daughter. So imagine my boom just went off right there. Personally, my logic for it is I think if I walked in on my daughter getting Maddie Kowalski'd, I think I could be okay. Because at the end of the day, kinda expect it. You know what I mean? Kinda, sorta, kinda, whatever. But my son taking pipe, that one I can't go for that. I can't walk in on that. But that's just me though. But with that being said, let's get enough of the yapping. Let's get into the video.
On its own side, and
damn, Ma, what the hell is going on, bro? I don't got no sound. Hold up, y'all. Technical difficulties. Hold up.
I was looking.
Hold up. Wait, so do I have my booms back? No, I still don't have my booms back. I got my boom back. Okay, that I have to do, I guess.
Looking for the topic I was about to do. I just came back on and I just happened to see this particular post of this woman complaining about her teenage daughter, right? So I decided that I would press play.
Parents of disrespectful teenagers. These are the only ones I want to hear from, okay? I don't want to hear from the ones who, you know, oh, you should have raised them right, this and that, whatever. I have a terrible teenager, okay? But what I want to know is how would you handle this situation? I have a teenager that just is deciding that she's going to leave the house all hours of the night, go and stay at her boyfriend's house, come home the next morning, mid-afternoon, not going to school, just deciding she is just going to do what she wants to do. Right? Don't tell me to beat her ass. I done already done that shit. The bitch is a wrestler.
Yeah, but it didn't work. When I was a kid, bro, that's how I took, bro. I got beat probably like as a kid. I probably got whooped probably like under 10 times as a child. I got whooped. But yeah, I got tired of getting beat. I was like, man, I don't want to do this no more. Bro. I was like, whatever I gotta do to not get beat, I would do that. But then she said that's not enough, bro. Damn.
Back and forth, like it's too much. I'm not gonna fight her. She cusses me out, right? Like, I mean, I told y'all I was embarrassed and I didn't want to get on that, but I'm just gonna air. It's too much, okay? But this whole thing about her leaving my mother house, right, and just coming back whenever she wants to come back.
Yeah, I feel you. That's mad disrespectful. Yeah, you ain't putting up no rent money. You ain't paying no bills in this mug. You just leave and come as you go. Now, actually, no, there's not even an excuse for this. No, what am I saying?
Turning off her location, not letting me know where she's at. I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know how to deal with this at all. And I am like this close. I don't know what to do, but I'm losing it over here. I am losing it. Okay, I have cut her cell phone service off many times. Nothing phases this girl, and I don't know what else.
Jesus, you got the Antichrist on your hands. Damn, you said you turned the phone service off and it still don't matter? I grew up in the type of household where my mama said she would take my phone. Like, she would just give me that. And yo, she would be like, yo, this, I need that. Take my shit. And she would be like, until you're old enough to pay, until you pay the bill, I'm gonna do whatever I want with that phone. And Best believe I got my black self up, got a job. Ain't been took since. Love you, mom.
To do to get it through her head that it's like, I don't understand. Like at this point, I'm just like, just let me know where you're going. Just let me know where you're going. That way I have a compass. You know what I'm saying? If you come up missing or something happened to you, at least I have a compass to be like, okay, well, she told me she was going over here. I'm not gonna go to the police at this moment. I am just so at my wits' end with this girl. No, she cannot go live with her dad. Her dad is dead. No, I don't have any.
So the young lady is definitely disturbed. And of course, I was a teenager once. I knew about teenagers like this that got to a point where, they were rebelling against their parents. In this lady's case, her daughter is going outside the house, spending time with her boyfriend, turning her location off. The mom and her are clashing. It's evident. At a certain point, somebody says, well, where is her dad? The dad has passed away. And, like I said, no strong role model. A male role model in the young lady's life, and that does help, right? But let me just say this: I'm looking at the young lady as she's talking and expressing herself, and again, she's definitely mad. I can understand the cursing and all of this, but here's what I'm gonna probably say: the daughter is picking up on the same attitude.
Yeah, dropping off is children, I would argue, are a mirror of the parent. So if the parent is wilding out doing XYZ, that child growing up and sees these behaviors, almost sees they're okay, and then does them themselves because you're the point of reference into how to act. Now, right or wrong, So I feel like a lot of this stuff starts off when you're very young, and people who are actually responsible being parents. If you're not responsible, well, you shouldn't be having kids. I granted, some kids can be in the situation. They come out all right. But then you have situations like this where the kids come and they just pop their stuff overly, and it's like, yeah, it's like I said, it's best to get ahead of these type of problems before you get to a point where the kid doesn't respect you, because then at that point, it's really hard to fix.
And framework that the mother exhibits. I'm gonna say it again. The daughter could very well be picking up these same bad habits from the mother. And see, here's what a lot of black parents, especially in the black community, I hate to say this, but a lot of black parents don't like to take accountability for their mistakes. We have a culture of do what I say, don't do as I do. And if you're not,
oh God, like what, like that's why I feel like, again, if you want to start these behavior, because as a kid you go to grow up and you're gonna get some other, you're like, damn, you're telling me to do XYZ, you don't even do none of this, bro. You tell me not to do that, and then you just tell me not to pop off, you pop off. You tell me not to do this, you do that. Like, damn, well, what the fuck am I listening to you for? My dad was the same exact way. He would be like, yeah, just do this, and he would be like, and then it'd be worse. They'd be like, why? You'll genuinely be asking, like, why do I gotta do this? And they'll be like, just because I said so. And as a kid, once your intellect gets more like, okay, well, that, like, I still don't get it. Like, when I have kids personally, I think how I'm gonna do it, bro, is I'm not gonna be one of those parents where I'm like, oh, because I said so. No, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna show you, hey, I'm telling you to do this because I want this specific outcome for you. If you don't do this and you do it your own way, this is what could potentially happen. Show them the bad and be like, hey, like those cancer or cigarette things as a kid, the red ribbon, whatever, that was shit. That's great. That's all I need to see to be like, oh yeah, no, I don't want to end up like Buddy. I'm not gonna do that. And even as an adult, actually, no, actually, that stuff still scares me as an adult today. But still, no, that's all I need to see. So I feel like if more parents adopted that style of parenting, the kids would be like, oh, my mom's not hating on me. She's only doing this because she wants the best for me.
not living the life in front of your daughter or your son the way you should, basically what that means is your child don't respect you, okay? And it could be that, hey, the child is rebellious. The child wants to do whatever she wants to do. I get it. But there are certain points that this lady, like, by the way she's expressing herself, I mean, she's coming on with the bonnet. I already fought her, I beat her up already. Okay, you clearly have a problem too. And so your daughter has lost respect for you because of the way that you lived, the way that you're carrying out, and now the daughter is turned off. And a lot of parents don't want to understand, like, why does that happen? Let me just tell you this, as a young man in the 80s, and I hate to talk about this, but I talk about it every now and then. My dad got hooked on crack cocaine, and you know, I was a real daddy's kid and everything like that. My mom and dad were still together, but my dad would be gone for days at a time. Real bad drug addiction. He would come in 3-4 nights, go back out, playing in the streets. I kind of wondered something was going on, and look, I got a drug problem. I was crying and stuff like that. Eventually, my dad was able to kick the habit, but what happened was my mom eventually, you know, they filed for divorce. You know, my dad went and got a new family, and you know, the respect came back to a certain degree, but then at the same time, my dad would be the kind of man that would do one thing and not live up to what he's talking about, right? Ultimately, as a teenager, when your parent says something and is not living up to what they're instructing you to do, you eventually, at a certain point, you don't take that person seriously. Now, some people just rebel in other ways, like don't talk back, but just do something differently. This person don't even want to be bothered with you, and one of the reasons why that could be is obviously the father is dead, so there is no other person to reinforce that boundary. And we don't really know, as a mother, what kind of men you got coming in the house. What are you doing? Like, why is the young lady acting like that? And then all you want to tell us is the daughter is disrespectful and, you know, refuses to.
Yeah, you're not saying what you contributed to the cause. Because again, I don't want to get too personal in this video, but yeah, like I said, children, most definitely, if all they around is their parents and all they see is their parents act a certain way, and never mind, that's just how they're supposed to act, and they're not gonna know better, and then it's like hard to convince them to switch it up because it's just all they know. And again, again, like what O'Shea said about the respect thing, like if you're telling me to do X, Y, Z, and you don't even do it, hard to respect you as a person. When you look around, you see other parents, and you compare it to your parents, you're just like, what the hell? Like,
Follow house rules, but maybe you don't follow the house rules. And again, a lot of ladies, you know, in today's world, hey, you can do whatever you want to do, date who you want to date. Nobody can tell you nothing. I got that. We got that, right? You can do what you want to do. The problem is you expect your kids to sit there and just follow suit because you're the parent and you pay the bills, and it doesn't always work that way. And this is what I've learned, you know, being in my 40s now. And, you know, just because you pay the bills, just because you're the man, just because you know, have whatever, that don't mean that you get to do whatever you want to do. You have to live like the example you want to be. The same thing with running the business. I know so many guys who are in business and they feel like, well, I'm the boss. So I'm the boss and everybody should do what I'm doing because I'm paying them, all right? And, you know, you want them to come in on time, you're not coming in on time. You want them to put in extra work, you don't put in extra work. You want them to do something that you're not doing. Okay? And so ultimately, people follow your leadership. And the leadership is not always what you're saying, it's usually what you're doing. The best coaches, the best people who motivate players, motivate business people, change industries, they are who they say they are. People buy into systems when people actually are who they say they are, not who they want to be. Oh, I'm the boss, or I'm the parent, or I'm the mama. No, honey, being a mother means that if you're using the language you're using on site for the world to see, and you have that little nasty ass attitude, you have that nasty ass attitude with your daughter too. And to sit here and blame her as a teenager as if you didn't do anything wrong in the process shows a complete no accountability. It's complete no accountability, and it's sad. And there's so many women in the black community that I know like this. I had dealt with a young lady before. Her mom and her hated each other almost. I mean, you couldn't talk about them because they would both jump you. But just the competition in between the two of them, and it was, you know, single mom, her, and she was always like, the mom wanted to put her out. It wasn't really stable. And the issue with her is, you know, like when you get these women that come from these kind of broken environments, it don't matter how good they look because they're gonna look good. But, you know, they just been, you know, staying at different dudes' houses, doing whatever they can to get away from their mom. It's not, so it's the system becomes broken, and so these women come out there and deal with men in the market market, and like, you know, they want to have a relationship with their mom. Is always toxic. And then when they start dealing with men and black men in the community, it's toxic. But a lot of these women are broken before the men even get to them. Okay,
way broken. Whether or not the dad left, and then the mom repeats the rhetoric of, "Oh, men ain't shit," blah blah blah. So then she carries that on into her adulthood, and in her mind, all men are good, men are evil, this and that. Or certain attitude problems. You get certain ways of hygiene, etc., etc. A lot of this stuff starts very, very young. It starts as this comes from the parent, because as the child, really the main point of reference he has for a lot of years of he or her life is the parent. So if the parent is not conducting themselves in good behavior, of course it's gonna fall back on the child.
a lot of mamas, either they really like each other or they don't. It's one of the two. And see, when they don't like each other, it's kind of swept underneath the rug. But let's talk about it. These beefs between mothers and daughters happen so often in Black America, it's ridiculous. And a lot of these women are just running for some kind of male leadership because the dad has passed away or the dad is not there. It's so often. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how, and I'm not trying to be nasty or nothing, but you want to know how you get some of these age differences in the Black community. Like if you see some 22-year-old lady with some 39-year-old man, 45-year-old man, you want to know how that happens? I'm gonna tell you how that happens. That happens because something was broken in the house. That's how it happens. It's rebellious. It's rebellion. That woman is looking for some kind of father.
I ain't like 22 and 39. That's kind of insane. Like, what do you at 39? What do you even have in common with a 22-year-old, bro? Even me, bro. I remember one time I was dealing with a girl that I met at a club that, she looked like she was, at the time, I think I was 21, 22. I was close to her. Either I was 21, close to turning 22, or I had turned 20. It was one of the two. And so I met her, and we were chilling. She approached me, got my information, whatever, this and that. And we went to go hang out. And again, I'm thinking this woman's like 19, 20, whatever. Like I know she's younger than me. But I'm not thinking she's too much. And I remember in the car, she said she's like 18. I was like, and that threw me off. I was like, oh whoa, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, But it was weird. I asked my mom, I asked a lot of people around me, and they were like, apparently that's not that crazy. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that one in the comments. But
figure, she's looking for some type of stability, some kind of leadership, and her mama and them, daddy never gave it to her. Now again, in other parts of the world, Brazil, Philippines, it's kind of common for somebody to date somebody older. But if you see it in the Black community, you see some 28-year-old lady with a 50-year-old man or something like that. That screams brokenness. It's brokenness 100% of the time. And until the Black community want to have a real honest conversations about mama on daughter beefs, then stop talking to Black men about everything, because y'all don't want to address that. Y'all do not want to address how broken a lot of these young women are before they even meet a Black man. And then she come in with all those problems. Imagine a 19-year-old young man, he got a girlfriend that's 19, 18, and coming from an environment like this, he don't know how to handle that. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of 35-year-old men, 40-year-old men do not know how to handle a woman from this kind of environment because it takes so much energy. Nobody want to deal with the mama, just different dudes coming in, clapping and leaving, and then some of these things is like ridiculous. Like I had a friend. I hate to even say this, but his mom was one of the best clappers in the world. I don't know if she's still living.
Whoa, that's O'Shea. That's kind of insane to say about a friend's mom. Best clapper in the world. How do you know that, though? How would you know? Do you know from personal experience? Is something you want to tell us, O'Shea? Let me know, man.
His mom would be getting clapped, and literally everybody in the neighborhood could hear it. She didn't care. She would get clapped with him in the house, different guys, just screaming it up, screaming. Everybody can hear. He can hear it. The dude come out. He had to look the sun in the face. He putting on his pants, going out there.
Hey, nah, bro, you can't do that. And the thing is, I've been there, kind of, where I've hooked up with, women that had kids. But like, look the kid in the eye, don't I just got done clapping their mama, bro? Like, that one's different. that was different. Bro. I couldn't do. Well, actually, there was one where I was kind of cool with the daughter. You know, I kind of messed with her, whatever. But other than that, bro, because it's like at the end of the day, you're not there for the kid, bro. You're there to, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're there to get to that paint, finishing the rim. But yeah.
What kind of respect is that woman gonna have for the son? What kind of respect is that? It's not gonna be no respect because you've been getting clapped out in the open. So again, yes, the daughter disrespectful, it's ownership on her. When are some of these mothers going to take ownership of how they have treated these young ladies too? The life that they were supposed to live out in front of them and they didn't. But you going around telling everybody, I know I'm a good mom. I know I'm mom and dad. Go ask some of these young black men. Go ask some of these women what the truth is about their mama. And as soon as you confront them with the evidence, what are you talking about? I did the best I could for you. They're not gonna listen to you.
Bro,
they can't never do no wrong.
Oh God, they can never do wrong. They never. They could never do wrong in their eyes. They might. So you're alive. You're feeding. Yeah, bro. But like, it's like some of this stuff is just bare minimum, bro. But in their mind, bro, you can't do nothing wrong.
You can't do no wrong in the black community. Either you got nice things to say, or you a hater. You hate women. But the reality is that unaccountability is strong, and this is why a lot of black women need black men in their life, especially like I said, somebody they can talk to. Okay, they, you know, like I said, some role models, because a lot of these young people are going through it with their dusty ass moms. It's terrible. And also some of these other older women in the black community know what I'm talking about is correct. Y'all know how they be acting. Y'all know that they're down bad, and it don't make no sense. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Dude Jackson back at it again.
Yeah. That being said, we're gonna wrap up this video. I'll go ahead and catch y'all boys at the next one. Peace.